So you're looking to move to the Akron metro area, but you're not exactly sure where to live. There's so many different cities and suburbs to pick and choose from. The million-dollar question is, which one is right for you and your family? Well, you're in luck, because in today's video, I'm going to be covering the 5 best suburbs to live in the Akron metro area. Now, I'm going to try to keep this as least personal as possible and keep my biased opinion out of this. So I'm going to be going off a few distinct factors, like number 1, it's got to have an awesome downtown. Number 2, it's got to have a good school district. And number 3, there's got to be job opportunities within the marketplace. But hey, make sure you stay all the way to the end of this video, because I will be revealing my favorite city in the Akron area, and you don't want to miss it. All right, and the list is as followed: Hudson, Twinsburg, Stow, Cuyahoga Falls, and Fairlawn. But before we get into this video, my name is Alex. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Akron area. And guys, I get phone calls every single week about people relocating here, and I absolutely love it. So if you're looking to move to the area and also looking to invest in the area, make sure you send me a text, phone call, email, however you want to get a hold of me. I got your back. We're moving to the area. All right, first up on the list is a small town just northwest of Akron, and it is Fairlawn, Ohio. Fairlawn's about a 10-15 minute drive northwest of Akron. And what I love about the location here is you also have Route 77 that shoots straight up north. So you're about 15 minutes from Akron, but you're also only a 35-minute drive to downtown Cleveland. If that doesn't get you excited, the reason why I go to Fairlawn is to go to the Summit Mall. Summit Mall has a bunch of awesome shops and designer brands to choose from. So I mean, you can literally be there for hours shopping. Now, as for schools, Fairlawn has the number 2 rated school in all of Summit County, just behind Hudson, which we'll get to later in the video. So what does it cost to buy a house in Fairlawn? The average price in Fairlawn right now is around $280,000. And I will say it's probably a mix between condo sales and single family homes. The nice thing about it is, I will say, if you're gonna buy a single family home, a lot of these properties are at least 1/4 acre up to 1/2 acre. So you're definitely gonna get some elbow room out there. Now, if you want some property with a bunch of land, like over 1 acre, you're not gonna find that many properties listed that have over 1 acre. So it's best to start looking up a little north, south, or west to get away from that city vibe and to get out to more little rural country there. In addition to that, it's also an extremely safe city. I mean, it's 54% safer than all of the US cities in the United States, compared to Akron, which is 78% more dangerous than all of the US cities. So obviously it's no surprise that Fairlawn had to make it on there. I mean, it's extremely safe, amazing schools. It's got Summit Mall there, so it's great for shopping, and the location is amazing. Next up on the list is Twinsburg. Now, Twinsburg is home to the Twins Day Festival, which is the largest gathering of twins and multiples in the entire world. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I've been 1 year. It happens between August 6th to the 8th. And it's just crazy to see how many twins are out there, and quadruplets, and everyone just looks like a doppelganger. It's absolutely crazy. So if you're a twin and you haven't been there, you gotta check it out, or even just browse the street and people watch. I mean, that's the best part. I gotta say, the best part about Twinsburg is the amount of housing communities that Twinsburg has to offer. I mean, you got Abrams Farm, you got Ethan's Green, you got Glenwood Preserve. I mean, really, the list goes on and on and on and on. Everywhere you drive, you're gonna see these housing communities just pop up left and right. But I will say, the average home price right now in Twinsburg is around $250,000, and the housing market, especially in 2020, has been absolutely crazy. So if you're gonna find a house, especially in a development, around that $200,000 to $330,000, I mean, it's gonna be swept up so quick. You gotta be there. There's gonna be multiple offers on the properties. And it seems like when people get into Twinsburg, typically they stay. That's why inventory seems so low this year. And in addition to having a great housing market, Twinsburg also has a phenomenal school district. It's actually ranked number 4 in all of Summit County. So if you have little ones, it's a great school district to attend. Now, the high school itself isn't found too far off from downtown here. Downtown itself isn't very huge, but it's also very diverse in ethnicity and culture. And over the years, man, we've really starting to see Twinsburg really starting to take off. And while I wouldn't say the city is really that walkable, there's so many mom and pop shops to choose from. I mean, really, it's an awesome place. Now, that's a wrap on Twinsburg. It's super safe, has an awesome school district, has a small, nice downtown, not very walkable, but a bunch of shops to hit up. Got a great location. Overall, it's a great city. All right, next up on the list is Cuyahoga Falls. Now, this city is definitely one of the most densely populated cities on this list that we have, with a population of around 50,000. Now, unfortunately, the reason why Cuyahoga Falls made it on the list is not because of the school system. The school system actually ranks number 18th out of all Summit County schools. But the real reason why this city made it on the list is because of the location and the amount of activities that Cuyahoga Falls has to offer. Now, the most notable one has to be the Blossom Music Center, which is an outdoor venue that literally has every single professional artist play at. My first artist there was Kid Rock. Gosh, I went back there in like 2008, and pretty much ever since I could, I've been going back every single year. But one of my other favorite spots is actually right across the street, and that's actually Sarah's Vineyard. It's an awesome place to, specifically for dates, to go out there, have some pizza, and some great wine. But all right, let's head downtown Cuyahoga Falls right on Front Street, which is also gonna border the Cuyahoga River there. And right along Front Street there, you're gonna see a huge pavilion, a huge amphitheater that hosts weddings and ceremonies and concerts in the summer. There's tons of festivals that happen, and in the wintertime, they actually turn that area into an ice skating rink, so it's also another great place to take a date or just your family if you want to have some fun. So the million-dollar question, what does it cost to live in Cuyahoga Falls? Cuyahoga Falls is by far the most affordable city in this list, with the average home price only at around $150,000. Now, as you can see from the map, the city is definitely densely populated near the downtown area, and just know that the houses typical there are around the Cape Cod or a bungalow style, and the lot sizes are gonna be a little smaller, so you're not gonna have as much elbow room. Now, if you go a little west, like I said, towards that kind of the Blossom Music Center, you're gonna get a little more yard space there, and it's not gonna be as crowded. And now to wrap Cuyahoga Falls up, number one, it's got great access there to Route 8, so you can head north and south really easy. It's got a decent school system, and it also has a ton of activities. And lastly, great affordable housing. All right, next up on the list is Stow, which actually borders Cuyahoga Falls there to the east. And in 2019, Stow actually ranked number 11 on the list of the best places to live in Ohio. Now, Stow doesn't really have much of a downtown, but I swear anytime you go 5 minutes in either direction, you're gonna run into a ton of shops and businesses to choose from. For example, off Route 59, you have Target, you have Kohl's, a new Myers grocery store that was just built, and many others. And now, as far as activities, unfortunately, Stow doesn't offer a lot of activities, so it seems like a lot of people that live in Stow venture out to other cities. For instance, I know a lot of people that live in Stow like to go to Kent. If you're curious on Kent, check out one of these other videos that I have posted. Ooh, now one of the most famous spots in Stow has to be Handel's. It's an ice cream shop right there on the corner by the high school, and every time you drive by that place in the summertime, it is absolutely popping. You have the entire benches filled, you have the parking lot full, and people are just outside eating some delicious ice cream. But if you head right down the street from Handel's, you're actually gonna run into the Stow High School, which is ranked number 13th out of all the Summit County schools, which is just a little ahead of Cuyahoga Falls there. And as you'll see when you're driving down the street, you really can't miss this place. This place is super unique and it always stands out. The architecture is definitely something that I've never really seen before. So let's get to the goodies. What does it cost to buy a house in Stow? Well, the average home price in Stow is right around $200,000. Stow has a couple communities where the house prices are about $300,000 and up to around that $500,000 mark, so that definitely increases the average home price there. But if you're just looking to move into Stow and buying a simple 3-bedroom, 2-bath, not in the community, I mean, you're looking to pay anywhere from around $140,000 to $190,000 for a move-in ready house. That about wraps up Stow, and it is super safe, it's super friendly, has tons of shops, so you really don't have to ever really go that far to get what you need. And on top of that, it's got a great location. As you can see, most of these places that I've picked are really on the east side there. I mean, you got access to Route 8 and a bunch of mainstream highways and roadways there, so traveling is usually a breeze. And for most people that are coming from LA or New York where the traffic is outrageous, here I think traffic's pretty tolerable. Of course, it'll get a little busy around that 4:30 to 6 traffic hour mark on rush hour. But overall, traffic isn't that big of a deal here. All right, you made it to the end of the list, and my personal favorite on this list is gonna be Hudson, Ohio. Hudson, Ohio is an amazing city that takes an immense care in their community. They take pride in their historic homes, and they have an amazing downtown community. As you drive down the streets, you really get that charming old town feel, but at the same time, when you go down to the downtown area, it's been revitalized and they got a bunch of new shops and offices and restaurants open. Now, this shopping plaza downtown has more than 100 retail shops and restaurants, And don't worry guys, there is plenty of free parking. This is really a great place to come shop and hang out. And of course, after you're done shopping, you gotta grab some ice cream or some pizza to finish up the little trip there. All right, when it comes to schools, according to niche.com, Hudson takes that #1 spot and is voted the best public school district in all of Summit County. So safe to say, obviously, when your child goes there, they're gonna get a phenomenal education. And in addition to that, I personally thought Hudson was the safest city in all of Ohio, but from my findings, I'm finding it's either ranked #2 all the way up to #16 as the safest city to live in Ohio. Look, now with all of these amazing pros and the charming downtown and the great community that it has to offer, there has to be some kind of drawback, and that is that Hudson is pretty expensive to live in. Now the average home price there is around $360,000, so you're definitely paying a pretty penny if you want to live in this community. Now other than that, I really don't have much to say else bad about Hudson at all. You have the awesome city center there, and as you're driving on the streets outwards from the city center, you're gonna see a bunch of businesses and restaurants, and so the city is really, really growing. Other than that, it's not very walkable besides that shopping district. So really, you're never more than about a 20-minute drive to anywhere else that you wanna go to. Now, unfortunately, you are about a 35-minute drive to Cleveland and about a 25-minute drive to Akron. So you are in the middle, but you're not that close to those highways that shoot straight down north or south. But guys, that wraps up this entire video. Look, the top 5 that I listed here may not be your top 5 or exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for land, or maybe you're looking to retire here and school system's not that important to you. So maybe we need to find a place with a little more land and is also a great retiree community. Look, there's so many what ifs and whatnots. So please, if you guys are looking to move to the area, just let me know what you're looking for and I can point you in the right direction. But until then guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.